Team Member Tales. Here at Westminster Palms, we really do have the best employees. And Team Member Tales is all about telling their stories. This week's question of the week: tell us about your first car. Enjoy this video. Alright, tell me about your first car.
My first car was a Morgan.
A what?
A Morgan.
A Morgan.
Yes.
Okay. How old were you when you got it? Or when you drove it, at least?
When I drove it, I was 18.
Oh, okay. Nice. What color was it?
English Racing Green.
English Racing Green. Wow, that's very specific. Okay, say that again.
A 91 Ford Ranger.
Okay, how old were you when you got it?
16.
Okay, nice. Was it a hand-me-down?
Yes.
Okay, was it a stick shift?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Stick shift right off the bat. What color was it?
Red.
Okay, nice. All right. Tell me about your first car.
It was bittersweet. It was a pretty Audi 4000, but it was a limit and stayed in the shop.
Wait, what?
4000, Audi 4000.
But what was the second part?
But it stayed in the shop more than it did on the road. Seemed like it.
Oh, gosh. Okay,
I was
okay.
young and I wanted it. I got
Yeah.
it.
How old were you?
Well, 19.
19?
White.
Okay. All right. Nice. Was it a stick shift?
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Nice. It's
So my first car was a Hyundai Accent.
okay.
The thing was small.
Yeah.
The upside to it was you could still put $20 on it, and then you would get a full
Yeah.
gallon.
Yeah.
Full tank.
It'll probably last you a couple weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's nice.
So that's what I enjoyed about it. It was more of an economical type car.
What color was it?
It was like a turquoise green.
Okay. All right. Thanks.
So my first car was when I was 17, and I got a hand-me-down. I got a 1979 Toyota Tercel.
Mm-hmm.
It was gray, and it was a hatchback, and it was ugly and little, and I was embarrassed to drive it.
Oh.
I had a lot of pride back then, unfortunately, but it caused a lot of other problems for me as well. So I decided that, you know what, if I'm going to have to drive this car and people are going to be laughing at me, I want them to be laughing with me. So I took it to a paint place. I paid $200 and I got it painted turquoise.
Mm-hmm.
And then I went to the boat store and I got boat decals and I put pink and purple flames down the side of it.
Ooh.
And so then I had a 1979 Toyota Tercel that was turquoise with pink and purple flames, and it was very, very funny.
Mm-hmm.
And we used to cruise around in it, and we would all laugh together. And I kept that car until the first year of college.
Nice.
My first car was a red Subaru. It wasn't an Outback. It was like a little station wagon thingy that my mother had, but she was doing well through work, and she was a realtor, and she qualified for a car. That was their bonus. So she got a new car and let me drive what was then Sally the Subaru.
So you named her,
She was named Sally.
or was it named before it got to you?
No, she became Sally.
Oh, she named. Okay.
But good cars, Subarus, they sure are.
Yeah, I was the Chevrolet Impala.
Chevrolet Impala, is that what you said?
Yeah.
Yeah. How old were you when you got it?
21.
Okay. Nice. What color was it? Blue. All right. Thank you. What was your first car?
It was a Kia Sophia,
Okay. And how old were you?
18,
Okay. What color was it?
10.
Okay. Nice. A Ford Escort?
Yes.
Okay. How old were you when you got it?
17,
Okay. And what color was it?
burgundy.
Okay. It was a French car? What color was it?
Red.
A red French car.
Yeah,
It was a stupid car? Everybody's first car is a stupid car.
it was a super car.
So far, everybody said that pretty much, so. How old were you when you got it?
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks.
So I may be the only employee here who actually still has their first car. So my first car was a hand-me-down. My dad had bought a 1988 Jeep Wrangler in 1988. And I got my license in 2003. And so I got it, what was that, 16 years later, almost. And it had been really torn apart. It didn't have any power steering. It did not have any dash lights in it, so at night I had no clue how fast I was going. The gas gauge did not work, so the only way that I could know how much gas I had was to constantly reset the trip odometer, and I knew I could only get 160 miles out of a tank because it got like 10 miles a gallon. It was a big piece of tin, a big piece of steel. It was really heavy, and I mean it was very safe. Nothing was going through that that Jeep. The soft top had a lot of holes in it, so it was very cold in the winter, and there was no carpet left in it anymore. It was just a metal floor, so it was pretty rough. And real quick story, I got my license in the summer. My birthday's in June, so I had been driving for a couple months, and I was going to school on the first day, and I lived way out in the country, and we had these dirt roads, and I would always go around them too fast around the corners and fishtail it, and everything's fine. But my first day of school, I went around this 90-degree corner way too fast. I was excited to be driving, first time ever driving to school, and I got down in the ditch. It was a big ditch, and I was like, yeah, no big deal. I'd done a lot of stupid stuff in this car. It's four-wheel drive, and I'll get right out. But there was too much rain, and I couldn't get right out. And so I could drive in the ditch, but I couldn't get out of the ditch. So I had to just drive like a mile in the ditch until it gradually got a little bit less deep, and I got out of it eventually. Luckily it was in the country, nobody was around, but it was, I remember thinking this is like such a traditional first day of school driving kind of story, because I was so excited and I got myself stuck in the ditch, and it would have been really funny if somebody had taken some video of that, but if there had been cell phones back then. So that's my story. You have a good story about your first car?
My first car was a Chevy,
Okay.
and I was 25 though.
25, that's alright. And what color was it?
White.
Okay, nice. Alright, thank you.
My first car was a Renault Alliance. I don't know if anybody remembers that. And the first trip I took was from New York to Texas in that Renault Alliance to my first job after college. And it was a fantastic car. When I got married, my husband couldn't have it for more than a month because he disliked it so much.
Oh my God.
So that's a story about my first car in the life of Janice.
Good. Okay, how old were you when you got your first car?
17.
Okay, what was it?
Volkswagen Beetle.
Do you know what year it was?
I don't know.
Was it a stick shift?
Yeah,
Oh, okay, nice. What color was it?
yellow.
Alright, thank you.
So my very first car was a 1969 Pontiac Catalina. My dad bought it for us to practice driving in. And the motor, it ran great, but it was a rust bucket. And wow.
What color was it?
It was a kind of almost like a teal.
Okay. Alright.
And we got to drive it up and down. We had a very long driveway, and let's just drive it up and down.
Practice it. Was it stick shift?
Nope, it was automatic.
Okay.
I got my first car when I was 18.
Okay.
I paid for it all by myself,
Oh,
and it was used,
yes.
but it was blue, and I think I bought it because of the color. And it was, all I remember was a little Dodge.
Okay, was it a stick shift?
And it was, no, it wasn't. It was
Okay.
automatic, and it actually had a push-button start.
Wow.
Yes, it did.
Awesome.
And it also had a little tiger that was hooked up in the back that if you stepped on the brake, the tiger's eyes lit up.
Wow.
So
Yeah.
I
that's
thought that was
nice.
cool until someone told me it looked stupid, so I took it out.
People always, you know how people are. That's
But
funny
that
though.
was my first car.
Good.